Hey guys, LevelCap here. Today is Monday, which means it's time for an episode of Loadout, the series where you guys, the viewers, get to pick a gun and customization for me to use. The way you do this is you leave a comment down below letting me know what you'd like me to run with, and I will pick one of the top rated comments for the next episode. Today's top comment comes from WCW2793. He says, John McClane's Loadout from A Good Day to Die Hard, Scar H, Hollow Sight, Laser Sight, Stubby Grip, M9 since it's John's trademark sidearm from the series. Try to have some good explosive moments so you can use McClane's famous one-liner. Have a great Christmas, LevelCap. Now, I really enjoyed the first Die Hard film. It had the AUG in it. That was the first time I ever saw the AUG, and then I saw it in Counter-Strike, and you start to remember these really cool, interesting looking weapons. I did see A Good Day to Die Hard. I don't remember it that well, but I'll take your word for it that the Scar H was in it. There was a cool chase scene with a car, and that's pretty much all I remember about that film, some Russians and whatnot. But as far as the Scar H goes, this is an assault rifle that stands apart from the rest of them because it has a completely different damage model. If you go to Simthic.com and you look down the list of assault rifle stats, every single one of them does 25 damage maximum, except for the Scar H, which does 34 damage maximum. This is because the Scar H is shooting a larger round than the other assault rifles, and because the round is larger, you also can't fit as many of them in one magazine. Where all the other assault rifles can hold 30 rounds in a mag, the Scar H can only hold 20, so you're having more damage per shot but fewer shots. And to make sure that the Scar H is not overpowered, and also to actually bring it in line with the realistic counterpart, its rate of fire is not exactly high. It has a 620 round per minute rate of fire, making it the second slowest firing assault rifle other than the SAR-21. However, I would not hold this against the weapon because its actual damage per second ranks up at the top of the list. In fact, it does more damage per second than the Ace-23. And before we get any further into this video, some of you guys might be thinking, you're not really doing the exact loadout. You got the Cobra sight on here. I did have to rank up the gun a little bit before getting it. You're going to see the actual loadout in just a second. On the way to getting the actual hollow sight and stubby grip, because you need 150 kills to unlock the stubby grip, I would highly recommend using the Cobra sight if you have it on there. Any red dot sight is good. And then an ergo grip actually suited me quite well until ranking up to this level. In fact, if you're using the ergo grip and laser sight, you're going to have a weapon that's surprisingly effective from a hipfire platform. And since the Scar H is generally intended for medium to longish range engagements, having a gun that you don't have to aim down sights for close quarter combat is a very nice trade-off. Ultimately though, the stubby grip really does work out quite nicely with this weapon, keeping your firing groupings even tighter than they normally would be. And if you're going with a weapon like the Scar H, which is intended as a precision gun, you're going to want to attach things on it that make it even more precise. And although the laser sight doesn't really seem to go with our plan of making a medium to long range weapon, I will say that I was getting used to having a weapon with slightly better hipfire for dealing with people in those extreme close quarter situations when I just didn't have time to aim down sights or knew somebody was too close. It would give me a slight advantage. Now, because the Scar platform was designed as sort of a replacement for the M4, I think DICE sort of knew this in designing the stats for the weapon, and it has an extremely fast reload speed because the reloading mechanic is virtually identical. It's got a 1.9 second short reload and a 2.4 second long reload. This is great for a weapon that, again, is intended for medium to long range. Usually they have longer reloads in the Battlefield franchise for some reason, but this one has a really, really fast reload, which is again going to help it out in close quarter situations in a pinch. As for the recoil pattern, it's got a very low side-to-side recoil of 0.2 pull left and 0.2 pull right, so that's going to be very easy to manage. The vertical recoil is clocked in at 0.5, which seems high, but again, I mentioned before that you're shooting it at a lower rate of fire, so you're not experiencing the recoil as frequently. So although it seems 0.5 would be high, it's not that bad. Although if you stick a heavy barrel on here and the stubby grip, you might have a hard time trying to control your recoil and hit somebody with multiple shots at long range. If you find yourself having a tough time controlling the recoil on this gun, the vertical recoil rather, I would say try a muzzle brake, although I get by without the muzzle brake just fine. Ultimately, the stubby grip and flash hider will serve you the best, as the muzzle flash on weapons are a very easy way to pinpoint pinpoint people. I think a lot of people don't really give the flash hider enough credit for just how effective it is at concealing your position. Even if the sound is there and even if you are pinpointing on the mini-map, that flash that you see is just such a telltale sign, and it will alert people to you in a split second and often get you killed. Now, if you're using something like a suppressor on here, which is going to lower your bullet velocity and thus long range targets, you're going to have to aim up a bit above them, then the hollow sight actually comes in really handy because it does have distance markers on it when you aim down sights. I haven't gotten to the point where I've been able to use them really effectively, but if I was using the SCAR or any other assault rifle really with a flash hider, then I might prefer the hollow sight to accurately distance my targets with those little distance markers. One of the tricky areas with the SCAR H is taking down multiple enemies with one magazine. You really got to make your shots count. You can't spend a bit of time getting your shot on target while wasting ammo, otherwise you simply won't have enough to take down your opponent. Luckily though, it is only a 3-shot kill in close quarters. That's the benefit you get from the 34 maximum damage, and you're never going to need more than 4 shots to take down your enemy. If you're in the mood to use an assault rifle but you want to be a little bit more of a marksman and hit harder at longer ranges, then the SCAR H is definitely for you. I enjoy this gun a lot. I found myself running out of ammo a little bit faster than I'm used to. Maybe I was just feeling that way, but it does feel like overall, because of the smaller magazine size, that you tend to just tear through your ammo faster and you don't have as much of it. So overall, I really enjoy the SCAR H as a long-range weapon platform, a medium to long-range weapon platform, and you can definitely hip fire people in a pinch. It's not a top contender in my book, at least for one of the best assault rifles, but the second you underestimate somebody with a SCAR H, you're gonna regret it, because this thing can dish out some serious damage if it's in the hands of a skilled player. So anyway, that pretty much wraps it up for this episode of Loadout. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and don't forget to leave your comments down below letting me know what you would like me to run with for next week's episode. Also, don't forget to upvote comments that you really like, because that helps me find which ones that the community would want to see the most. As always, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. This is LevelCap, signing off.